from STUARTIZM Designs. This is our second video on pouring up skulls in hard foam. And in the first video, we produced these two skulls. And they are, of course, half skulls. Got this whacked out stuff in the background. You don't have to worry about that. Nobody's going to see that. And now we're going to make what my wife affectionately calls lumps of goo. So we're going to take these and we're going to set them aside for a second. We got our black plastic. We're going to grab ourselves a cup and we're going to whip up some foam-a-10. We're going to have our B, and I'm looking at about a half a cup each. Again, we want to make sure that we add just a little bit less A than B, because the B is far more thicker. That's good grammar. A lot thicker than the A is, and if you don't get the measurements correct, you'll have a point where the foam will stay soft forever. Okay, and we're going to whip this up real quick. Grab ourselves a clean popsicle stick. You can get these really large popsicle sticks at Walmart. My wife goes and buys 2 or 3 boxes at a time for me. Usually go through 3 or 4 or 5 boxes a year. They cost about $3, and I got like 300 of the suckers in there, and it works out great. So we're gonna mix this, and we're gonna whip it up really good. Add a lot of air into it. Sometimes, if you want it to expand a little bit more, add a couple drops of water. This is what we term as water-borne foam. I don't really understand all the chemical aspects, but I do know that adding water in has added significant rising. If you add too much in, the foam will honeycomb and become brittle and will flake off and powder. If you add just the right amount, I'm talking about drops. Like I might even take my popsicle stick and dip it into a glass of water and just use it that way versus pouring water into it. If you do that, you're gonna have problems. So, okay, we've mixed it up really good, and I'm gonna pour some right on the black plastic. This is brand new plastic, so I know there's no holes in it. And then I'm gonna set this aside, and I've broken some of the flashing off of this. And I'm going to place the skulls in there, and I'm going to swish it around on the foam. Then I'll grab my other skull, and we're going to bust off some of the weak flashing. That's just par for the course. And then we're going to add it in on another side. And you can set up any way you want. And with a popsicle stick, we're just going to start taking it and we're going to start working it up onto the body of it as it starts to expand. Now again, this has a retardant in it that will give you more working time. In the meantime, don't forget you have a cup sitting over here with about half a cup of foam that's starting to warm. And once this foam, which looks brown right now, like baby diarrhea, okay, she's gonna go dark, almost black. That means she's starting to expand, and then it will start rising in the cup, and it will start to harden, where you have a little bit more time to work with it and be able to do some really nice patterns on the skulls. Right, we got a little bit more of the thickness in the cup, and we're going to start adding some just on the base here of the skulls, and we're going to get this worked up we're going to make these things become one. Right now, they're movable. You can reposition them if you want to. I'm going to take some of this and pour it right between here and that portion of the skull. Okay. And she's going to pour out the bottom. And you just keep on whipping it up underneath there, and you can bring it around. On your plastic, try to straighten it up so we don't have too many of those folds that are fighting against your creativity here. And let's not forget about our back area. In a perfect world, I'd be able to walk all the way around this table to make sure I'm hitting everything, but due to the temperatures and the nastiness outside, I'm here in the kitchen, so alright, we're gonna do some more. I'm gonna put some on the chin here. Alright, we're gonna pour a little bit. Just watch out for the teeth. We don't want anything on the teeth. Okay, I'm just gonna pour underneath the skull and around. But as she does it, you're able to sit there and start whipping it up onto the other areas. You're going to have flashing when you're done. You'll be able to rip off and be able to sand this so you have a nice piece. And we're still waiting for some of the stuff in the cup to finish setting up. Now we're starting to get it to where it's really getting thicker. And I just want you guys to see that you just got to keep on working it, because pretty soon you're going to get air pockets. You can take a little air, even when you're breathing on it, will add different things to it. All these wonderful pock marks and basically random. There's no two of these are going to be the same, and that's the beauty of them. When we create these for clients, they're getting an original product. They make it the same skull, and again, when you're pouring up the skulls, they never come out of the mold the same way twice. You might get the resemblance of the same skull, but depending on how it was set, what angle it was, you're always going to get a really nice original product that makes each and every piece unique. We've never been assembly line people. I like a nice piece that is on its own, will stand the test of time and look cool. Alright, she's starting to expand it here, and I'm going to bring it up right between the skulls. And what's in the cup is still expanding. You see what we're doing? We have 1 cup of this material, and it's doing so much. And I would say that the cup, once the two were mixed together, was maybe 75% full, and it's a 12-ounce cup. And she's going to do a lot. We want to make sure that we have an area that is thick. Okay? Because we're going to do something after we're done with this that's going to make sure she's resilient. Okay, now, this is turning out nice. Now that's what we want right there. We want to blend these two together, not only in the bottom, but also on top. So we have a really nice structure. And once she's dry, they're not going anywhere. Just work it little by little. And we have this portion, we want to bring it right up on the chin there. And that's going to give me some nice air holes. That will add real nice texture later on. We still have some more of this. And she's starting to get nasty inside the cup, which is perfect because I'm just going to gob that out. Boom. Okay, and with that. And it's like working with great stuff. Except great stuff is like, what, half-pound foam and has no resilience whatsoever. See, the skull can even still move. So if you want to do any repositioning, we're going to toss this cup here. If you want to do any repositioning, you still have an opportunity to do so. Be forewarned, safety. This stuff heats up. Still at 400 degrees regardless, it's going in the mold. So if you get any on you, you're going to know it. That's why we're going to want to make sure we're wearing gloves. And if you don't want to be running out of your studio with screaming Mimi, be very careful and take your time. grab some of this, and we want to move it underneath that chin there, and here, and then just do some stringing across here, and that is going to make it nice. Now, don't make the tendrils too thin, because they'll snap on you. You might say that the foam is based on bulk, rather than, you know, every square inch of it is hard. You also can rub off. I mean, what we're trying to do is work with it before the skin develops. And we do, okay, we're pretty good here. Now we got some flashing over here, and we're going to take care of that for the next step. In the meantime, we're going to have this bad boy where she is not going to go anywhere. All right, I'm satisfied with that. She's going to set up for a few minutes, and then we'll go on to the next step. All right. She's pretty good and dry. Little soft spots here and there, but she's still hot. And that's the best spot to be in. We are going to mix up some foam at 26. Even though the 10 is pretty hard, we're going to want to really solidify this thing. So we're going to create some stuff with the 26, but first, before we do that, we're going to do a brush. Got our 2-inch chip brush, and you got to move fast because you know how fast the 26 rises. Okay, I'm going to come along with the 26, and I'm going to hook up some areas in the back. There's still some flash in here, but that's okay. We'll take care of that just this way. And put some here. Alright, and this will really solidify things. Now we're going to come along with a 2-inch chip brush, which, of course, upon this, it's done. Okay, the chip brush would be no good, but the end result is fantastic. So, gotta make some sacrifices, people. Okay, we're going to brush that all over it. This 26 is fantastic for a topical for like EPS or for polystyrene. We'll be using it for making some tombstones this year. And foam at 15 is great for that as well. But coming along and putting this 26, we will rise very briefly, but just makes a rock hard show on things. Okay, be careful because I'm holding on to the cup and I can feel it heating up in my hand, and nobody wants to get hurt here. This will cause blisters on you, big time. Okay, so know thy enemy and know thy materials. Be real careful. Okay, we're done doing a brush on. We're just gonna set that in the cup over here, do its thing, and we're gonna grab our, we're gonna bring this in. Okay, and we're just gonna spread it around. I'm gonna spread some right here. Okay. Before you do this, make sure you stir it really good. We have some gauze. We're going to bring this around here like that. Okay, there you go. That's all your foam at 26. And she's already setting up real nice. And you just got to maybe move some stuff around. You might be able to lift it up a little bit. You don't have a lot of time to work with it. The end result is going to be fantastic. Try to take your popsicle and kind of beat it up a little bit. Okay, you pop some holes in it, and she's going to do some nice stuff for you. Just be in for the long haul when you get the 26 going, because she's, and on the outside edges is where it's going to be softest, and of course there's some of this here still in the cup. I'm going to try to dig that out of there. And kind of just pop it on there. Be careful because at some point in time the foam will start taking on the shape of the cup. That's what we don't want. Your nice lump of goo here. We're looking for nasty, not you know, the kitchen, you know, higher development. We want this to look just old and gray. Later on, you would be able to come along with a Dremel tool and do some things with the foam if you want to. But we have a nice substrate, skeletal structure of the foam 10 underneath, and it has taken and glued our two skulls together. Now they are one. And then we come along and do a brush job and a final pour of our 26 on the whole area. You don't have to worry about most of the skull because it's already 26. You hear that, people? I mean, that's hard. Okay. Now we're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna pull her. Okay, she is set up for about a half hour, and now we're gonna pull it. Now I won't do anything with this particular piece. I usually do 5, 10 of them at a time, but we're gonna sit there. I'm not gonna do anything with it for at least 24 hours, okay? And we're gonna lay it on a flat surface, but we wanna get it off the plastic. So little by little, pull it. Boom. There we go. Now, I'm just gonna come along and take care of some of the flashing. And if we wait till tomorrow, for some of it we're gonna need an X-Acto knife or some type of razor blade to get the rest of it off. But ultimately, we're gonna take care of that. But there she is, on the bottom. See where the 10 was? Okay, and she isn't fully hardened yet. She will harden in about 24 hours, but she is nice. So there you go, folks. Now in the back of this video, I'm going to show you some examples of this finished. Some done in rock formations, other ones painted up with different colors, some fleshed out. Where we took latex and fiberglass and made them look like rich and chewy gooey, and some that are just put onto skulls and skeletons and all sorts of things. Also, there'll be a resource guide in the back of the video as well. Thanks a lot for watching, folks, and the next video will be hot paint action. You guys go make a skull. Take care. God bless.